And what time do you call this?
2 of the clock, Pater.
I know what time it is, and don't call me that.
Well, if you know what time it is, why'd you ask? You're not waiting up for me. Oh, no, that's too Victorian.
There's certainly nothing Victorian about you. You've got lipstick on your collar.
Oh.
And by the side of your mouth.
Where?
Just by your ear.
Wonder how that got there.
I should think you got most of it in the Isoldo.
Ah, so you did see me.
I couldn't miss you. You were a spectacle. Writhing about in the dark. Springs creaking. I thought the seat was going to collapse.
You should have been watching the film.
Why? There's more drama in the stalls than on the screen. Half the cinema was watching. Of course, I didn't realise it was you until the lights went up. And there you were, covered in lipstick and in the last stages of exhaustion. I thought you were going to have a stroke.
Well, I didn't know you were going to be there, did I?
Not just me. Half the bowls team. Clint Eastwood's very popular down there. I was looking forward to it.
Great film, Dad.
Yeah.
How did it finish?
Well, this psychopath's dragging the girl down the road again. How did it finish? You didn't even watch the end. You were too busy making an exhibition of yourself.
Come on, Dad, you must have necked in the pictures when you were young.
And it's not just the pictures, is it? It's getting out of hand. You weren't at the college yesterday.
How do you know?
Fiona saw you in the park, where you were no doubt enjoying the fine weather, since you'd got your shirt off and the line stretched out on the grass, with a girl known only as L.E.
How do you know her initials?
Because it's written all over the bathroom mirror. First cloud of steam and up it comes. M.W. Hearts L.E. Why?
Because this is the real thing, Dad. When I wake up in the mornings these days, I wake up tingling.
Tingling?
Yes. Then I wonder why I'm tingling, and I remember. Lucy.
Lucy?
That's her name.
Well, if you think so much of her, you should consider her reputation. Going on like that in public?
I've nowhere to go.
Oh, bring her home.
Home?
Yes, act in a civilised manner. Bring her home, introduce her.
Well, that's a bit difficult at the moment, Dad.
Why?
It's early days. I don't want to blow it.
Blow it? What do you mean, blow it?
Well, they're different from us.
Oh, I see. Because you come from a broken home. Well, that's nothing to be ashamed of. And I always provided you with a stable background. Haven't I always been a mother and a father to you, Matthew?
Yes, Dad.
Well, then, once her parents have met me, they'll put their mind at rest.
Yes. It's not exactly the broken home, Dad. He's in computers.
Yeah?
He's very successful. Thinks nothing of flying off to Stuttgart to close a deal.
Oh?
They live in that big white house with the green tiles. They've got glass tables and natural pine.
Well?
Well, I just think she might find this rather humdrum.
Humdrum? We've just had the place decorated. Or are you suggesting she might find me rather humdrum as well?
I didn't say that.
You don't have to. I noticed tonight when you passed me in the foyer, you barely spoke to me.
I said hello.
Oh, you didn't introduce me, did you?
No. You weren't looking your best. You were wearing that old navy suit and you spilt ice cream down it.
You denied me. You denied me in front of her, your own father.
No, not exactly.
Didn't she ask who I was?
Well, yes.
Well, what did you say?
I said you were my uncle.
Uncle?
And it was near. Thought I'd get used to the idea gradually.
What?
Her father's very trendy. Wears lots of leather and calfskin shoes. You were with that bowling club crowd. And more like a pensioner's outing.
And you were so ashamed of me, you passed me off as my own brother. And when we eventually meet, isn't she going to be amazed at the incredible likeness?
I could say you were twins.
Your whole relationship's based on a deceit. She'll remember that. And how do you think I feel? Denied by my own son.
Dad, it was a difficult situation. Wasn't the time for introductions. I could see you were embarrassed in front of the Bolts team.
You didn't embarrass me. I told him I'd never seen you before in my life.
Don't just sit there, Dad. Lucy's coming round.
I thought there was a lot of activity in the kitchen.
This is important. Everything's got to be right.
Of course. Has Fiona got a clean penny?
I hope so. She's serving tea.
Oh, we're having tea, are we?
Yes, so don't dip your digestives. Because when they break off and float on the surface, it looks revolting.
You're getting very fussy all of a sudden, aren't you?
Fiona?
Sandwiches, egg and cress.
They're too thick. Why didn't you use thick sliced?
You like thick slice?
Not today. These are doorsteps.
What's the matter now?
Just look at this room. It's never been big enough.
It's always been big enough before.
It's too small. And it's too dark.
Well, is there time to knock a wall out and enlarge a window?
And the kitchen's not much better.
Yes, well, perhaps we could slip in some fitted units at the same time.
I haven't seen their place. It's like a palace.
Well, what do you want me to do? Dig a moat and put a couple of turrets up?
I hope there won't be too much of that.
What?
Sarcasm.
Well, it's better than your snobbishness. You're ashamed of the place, aren't you?
No, of course not. After all, she won't be here that long. Go to the first house at the Isoldo. Perhaps you won't even use the bathroom.
What's wrong with a bathroom?
All-white suite, Dad. Who has an all-white suite these days?
You should count your blessings. When your mother came to see my family, we prayed she wouldn't ask to use the bathroom.
Why?
We hadn't got one. We had different values. It wasn't where you came from in my day, it was where you were going. And I'm sure her father, the computer expert, appreciates that.
Well, yes.
If I was in his position, I wouldn't worry about your background. I'd look at you, your future, your potential.
Right.
Then I'd start to worry.
You're not going to do that when she's here, are you?
What?
Well, take the what? Belittle me.
I've never belittled you, Matthew. In fact, I've always stood up for you. Even when that nurse said you were retarded, I wouldn't accept it.
That's what I mean!
This is Lucy, Mr. Willows.
Oh, hello, Lucy.
Mr. Willows, it's incredible you're just like him.
Who, Matthew?
No, your brother.
Well, this has been nice.
What else? We've only just started.
Well, we didn't want to catch the first performance.
There's plenty of time, Matthew.
Yes, have another sandwich, Lucy.
But we don't want to be late, and don't forget Mummy's on her own tonight.
Oh? And where's Daddy?
Stuttgart.
On the road, is he?
No, he's not on the road. He's in computers.
Don't talk to me about computers.
Why?
He said don't talk to him about computers.
Before we had a computer, if I wanted a stock figure, I'd just pick up the telephone. Now I've got to wait 3 days for a sheet of paper that's longer than a toilet roll and about as useful.
But it does cut out repetitious and time-consuming jobs.
It cuts out staff, too. Office parties have never been the same in accounts. Nowadays, just 2 men and a boy dancing round the machine.
Are you ready, Lucy?
Are you finished?
No, he's always been a quick eater. I've never known anyone put it away like he does. He used to be so fat. He was the fattest boy you've ever seen.
Was he?
God, he was fat. He almost broke the scales at the hospital. You wouldn't believe how fat he was. He was like a baby whale. I'll show you some pictures.
Come on now, Dad.
Oh, I'd love to see them.
Yeah, what about that?
But he's beautiful. Those lovely curly ringlets, those little dimpled legs. No, he's a beautiful baby.
No, that's me.
Yes, I can see it now.
And that's me, captain of football. And that's me at Margate after we won the Bowles Trophy. And that one was taken on holiday in the lakes. That's me.
Where's Matthew?
He's just in the corner of the frame, eating. He never took a good picture. Actually, there's not many of him here. I'll get the album. Excuse me.
Not the album, Dad! Now you know why I didn't want you to meet him.
No, I think he's great.
You do?
He's very good looking, isn't he?
What?
What's the matter? Don't shush me. I want to know what he's sighing for. Like sitting next to a pair of bellows.
It's Lucy. They've had a row.
Oh, is that all?
All? You're talking about the end of my world, Father. I have to take some time off, sort myself out.
You're not taking time off. You're not sorting yourself out. You've seen too much of that girl.
What do you mean? I haven't seen her for days.
Oh, that's funny, I have.
What?
Outside the offices, in the newsagents. It's funny, once you've met someone, you keep bumping into them.
Was she with anyone?
I don't think so.
If there's someone else, I'll kill him.
I always think a box of chocolates helps in these cases.
A box of chocolates? I'll tell you how to deal with this situation, Matthew. It's quite simple. Tell her to get lost.
What?
It never fails. A woman always wants what she can't have. You'll find that out in life.
I didn't realise we were in the presence of an expert.
Is that what you do?
It's what I've always done. If they're not interested in yours truly, they can always take a walk.
I wonder why there's never been any women round here. It's not been the same since you came here. All that fat baby talk and photographs, it's all your fault.
Where are you going?
To find a PowerPoint and plug myself in.
Matthew, I'm sure if you sent us some flowers.
I've done that and apologised.
Oh, that's a mistake. Never apologise. Now, she's bound to think you're in the wrong. Should make her apologise.
Suppose she won't.
Then tell her to get lost. There's plenty of other girls about, Matthew. There'll be another one along. Just like a 49 bus.
Lucy's not a 49 bus.
Why don't you get a dedication played on Radio 2 for the most beautiful girl in the world?
I've told her she's the most beautiful girl in the world hundreds of times.
You've told her that? Well, of course, that's blown the whole thing. You turned her head. She's beginning to believe her own publicity. You'd have done better to tell her she had a face like a pie.
Why don't you take her out to supper? To a nice restaurant, dine by candlelight?
Have you any idea what that would cost? No point in throwing good money after bad, Fiona.
Actually, I'm seeing her today at the coffee bar.
Oh, but that's more like it. Make sure she pays for herself. In fact, get her to pay for you as well. Once she sees all this performance is having no effect, she'll think twice.
I don't think I can stand any more of this drivel.
Are you sure about this, Dad?
Matthew, I have never crawled to a woman in my life, and you know why? Because I was raised in the Bogart, Cagney, Mitcham school. We never crawl to women. We'd sooner stick a face in a grapefruit than send a flower.
I'm sorry I haven't seen much of you lately, Matthew, but I wanted to think things over.
Can I have you?
Yes.
Is there somewhere else?
I'm afraid there is. He doesn't know yet, Matthew. I haven't told him. I met him recently, and I've bumped into him a few times, and he's older than I am, but... well, I can't get him out of my mind. I hope you're not too upset.
No. You having that bun?
No?
Good. I like green buns.
You mean you don't mind?
Mind? Why should I mind? You're a free agent, Lucy. There's never been any strings. Besides, I think the change may do you good. You look tired.
Tired?
This bun's really nice. It's tasty, you know.
I thought you'd be upset.
No, a woman's not interested in yours truly. She can always take a walk. You taking care of that, or am I?
I'll pay.
If you must, I am a little short.
I must say, Matthew, I am rather surprised. Is there someone else?
Well, not yet. There's always been a woman in my life. Sure, another one will come along, just like a 49 bus. I hope I haven't upset you.
No, I'm relieved. You don't know how I've been dreading this, Matthew. I felt so guilty. Thank you. I'll always be grateful. And the next time we meet, it'll be as friends, hey? Bye.
He's still out there,
What's he doing?
lying on the lawn, pulling out tufts of grass.
Not again. If he keeps on like this, I won't have any lawn left.
He blames you.
Yes, you don't have to tell me that. He hasn't spoken to me since it happened. Did he do any work this morning?
No, he walked the streets.
And what about this afternoon?
Cemetery,
Cemetery?
He says he gets comfort from reading the epitaphs.
Does he? Well, it's goodbye A-levels.
It's your own fault, Mr. Willows.
Yes, all right. The question is, what are we going to do about it?
I've already done something. I've asked her to the house.
She won't come here.
She's coming.
Oh, I suppose that's what the flowers are for. I thought she didn't want to see him again.
She's not coming to see him. She's coming to see you.
What?
I thought if you spoke to her and explained what happened...
She won't listen to me.
She will if you explain nicely. Now, I must put some music on. After a few minutes, I'll call Matthew in from the garden. They'll hear the music, smell the flowers, their eyes will meet, and what do you think?
I think you've been reading too much Mills and Boone.
We don't want any cynicism. I want you to be on your best behaviour. We have to bring them together. They're probably just waiting for each other to make the first move. She's here. I'll send her through.
Hello, Lucy.
Hello, Henry.
Please, sit down. You look very nice.
Oh, I've done my hair differently. People say it makes me look older.
Yes, I think it does.
Of course, I am older than Matthew.
Oh, I didn't know that. Much older.
6 weeks. But people say I'm much more mature.
Yes, well, I think all this may be my fault, Lucy. I feel that I may have come between you two.
Yes.
You see, sometimes a person has difficulty expressing his feelings, so he takes refuge in cynicism. He's frightened of being rebuffed, frightened of being hurt, so they adopt a veneer of indifference.
Yes, I understand that. Did you choose those flowers?
I grew them from seed.
They're lovely.
Yeah. Now, you see, a few months ago, they were just tiny seeds. And now they're full grown. You see, maturity can happen very quickly, overnight. So you shouldn't worry about age, Lucy. And you shouldn't let pride get in the way either. See, someone's got to make the first move.
Would you like me to make the first move, Henry?
I wish you would. Lucy.
I knew you felt the same way. Oh, I've been dying for this moment.
Look, I'm sorry, Matthew.
Sorry? You've ruined my life and all you can say is sorry.
Well, I can't help it if I'm attractive to women.
Attracted to women, you mean? You can't leave them alone, can you? Not even mine.
She misunderstood the situation.
Did she? I come in here, the place is full of flowers, there's piped music, you're in your best suit. Thought I'd walked into the co-op funeral parlour. You say she misunderstood the situation?
That was all Fiona's. I get Fiona.
Yes, Mr. Willows?
Tell him.
What?
Weren't the flowers and the music your idea?
Yes.
And didn't you ask me to be nice to her?
Yes.
There you are.
She asked you to be nice, not throw yourself on top of her.
I didn't.
You must have led her on, Mr. Willows.
Of course he did. I must have been blind. Funny how once you've met someone, you keep bumping into them. And when you're following them, it isn't.
I don't follow young girls. Look, I'll go and see her. I'll explain.
Like the last time, don't bother.
Well, I'll have to see her again, Fiona.
Yes.
She's infatuated with me. Not going to be easy to discourage her.
I don't know. Once she gets to know you, it shouldn't be too difficult. And
I just don't want to hurt her feelings.
what about Matthew's feelings?
For the last time, I didn't encourage her. I'm completely innocent.
I saw you, Mr. Willows. You looked about as innocent as a Venus flytrap.
Henry.
Hello, Lucy.
Oh, I'm sorry, I didn't recognise you.
Oh? Wonder why.
I've spoken to my parents and they would like to meet you.
Oh, they don't mind then?
No, they've always trusted my judgment. They're very modern parents.
Well, you think they'll like me?
Henry, you haven't shaved.
No, I don't always bother, not on a Saturday. You don't mind?
Oh, no. Designer stubble's very trendy.
Is it? Oh, I didn't know that. Actually, I overslept. I do that more and more these days. Sometimes I don't bother to get up at all.
Oh, that's because you're stagnating. What you need is a new stimulus.
Ooh, not too much stimulus, Lucy. Not with the angina.
Angina?
It's just the twinge. There's nothing to worry about.
Oh, I'm not worried, Henry. I want to make you feel young again.
Young again? That's a tall order. Now, we age very early in our family, and we're known for premature aging. Wheelchair willows, they call us. Something to do with the breakdown of the body cells.
Oh, nonsense. What you need is a challenge. In computers, Daddy could fix it.
Oh, I don't know about that. It's a challenge just getting through the week these days, Lucy. And I've never understood computers, all those flashing lights. They make me dizzy. Did I mention my dizzy spells?
No.
Never mind. I'm sure Daddy'll think of something.
Henry, you've got your slippers on.
What? Good heavens, so I have. I'm getting more and more absent-minded these days. Mind you, I do wear them a lot. My feet have to breathe or they swell up.
You can't meet Daddy looking like this.
No, you're right. Perhaps another day, when I've spruced myself up. I'll pop round sometime.
But they're here now.
What?
Mummy, Daddy. This is Henry.
Hello, Dad.
You got lipstick on your collar?
Oh, I wouldn't go in the lounge just yet, Dad.
Why not?
She's fixing her hair.
True love running smooth again then, eh?
Yeah.
Well, that was quick.
Yeah.
Well, don't thank me.
Wasn't going to. I still wouldn't go in there.
Well, we can't avoid each other. I'll just say hello, Lucy.
She won't answer you.
Why not?
Her name's Shirley.
Shirley?
I took your advice, Dad. I wasn't going to crawl to any woman. They're not interested in yours truly. They can take a walk.
You've no regrets?
My only regret is I didn't push that cream bun in her face.
You chauvinist pig!
You said...
Never mind what I said.
But Dad, she made a fool of both of us.
No, I made a fool of myself. Don't you realise I could have been that man's son-in-law and worked in computers? And that's not all. I woke up tingling this morning.